Ready.
Hello, 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 Love Revolution beloveds. Y'all, I am so excited about this interview today. Sixu and I have known each other about a year. We've never met in person, IRL, which I hope at some point we get to change that. But Sixu is such a love bug. She is one of the most generous and most giving networkers I've ever met. And then what she does in her own personal business is also phenomenal. And so, Sixu, welcome, welcome, welcome to the Love Revolution interview series.
Hi, Dr. Love. So good to be here.
It's great having you. Well, I ask the same question to every single person, and then we kind of, go from there. And it is simply, Sixu, how are you infusing your personal life and or your professional life with love?
Wow, that's such a great question. I feel like I can talk for hours about it. First of all, I think love is all there is. There is only love. That's kind of where I came from a spiritual perspective, is that anything that is not love is the absence of love. So
Mm,
I consider love have a large perspective, large spectrum. Like even let's say discontentment is
mhm.
the absence of love, but it falls on that spectrum of love. I feel like love, God is love, right?
Yes,
So what is God then? Then it's inclusivity, including everything,
yes,
every single emotion, every single person, anything good or bad, it's all accepted because they exist. Therefore, love is unconditional. Like
yes,
we as humans, we are not perfect. We have flaws. So sometimes we fall out of love temporarily. For example, when fear is happening, then it's
mhm,
absent of love. You have inaccessibility to love. So in my personal life, every time I feel fearful, I try to remind myself and ask the question, what would love do? And in my professional life, it's all about connecting people to who they truly are, which means they need to be doing what they love and then love what they do. So that's kind of how I infuse love in my life and personal life and professional life.
I do believe you're right. I believe that I could just continue the recording and just say, okay, Sishu, just continue talking because what you say is absolutely so amazing. Many people will ask me, how did you come to this realization for me about love? And there was when I went to summer camp, we did these things called shrinky dinks, which is like this like 8.5 by 11 piece of plastic, and so you could write on it or draw on it or do whatever you wanted to do. And then they would put it in the oven. So this is what I did at 5 years old. I did this shrinky dink, and it says, God is love, love is God. That's what you
Wow.
just said
You did at 5
at
though.
5 years
You're
old.
brilliant.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I no, I wasn't brilliant. I was a conduit. I mean, at
Oh,
that point, I wasn't cognitively, I mean, I guess I was thinking it, but it had to be, from a higher power. That was not
yeah, yeah.
necessarily, but that's just what popped in my head. I loved summer camp, and I loved being around a bunch of people, and, love loving on people. So
Yeah,
that was what was top of mind when I was 5, and here I am. So,
that's
yeah,
amazing. That's
yeah,
amazing.
yeah.
And also, honestly, I had a personal experience with God through psychedelics. I'm not sure how open you are with that, but
Oh,
I
I'm
had it.
wide open to share because I love you, Sishu. And so that's how you experienced your higher power. Absolutely. Talk about that.
Okay, so I have done multiple psychedelic mushroom trips, but this one particular, it really blew my mind because I feel like the whole trip is me experiencing God and
Mm.
also me leaving God. It's like the experience when I'm close to God, I literally can feel I'm expanding. I'm like infinite. And then when I feel like I'm far away from God, I can literally feel the physical contraction. So there was one realization came through in this trip is that, sometimes life just doesn't go our way. We'll be like so upset with God. It's just like, oh my God, why does God do this to me? Like, I
Yes.
can't believe this happens. Like,
Yes.
sometimes people even like burst out the word, God, I hate you. Like, I'm
Yes.
sure some people said that in their life,
Yes.
and no fault of them because whatever suffering they go through, I understand. But you know what I saw in my vision? It's not like vision like meditation because I was on psychedelic mushrooms under psychedelic mushroom influence. So when I closed my eyes, I
Mm.
had like a clear realization that how big God is. It's like our little anger, our hate is instantly absorbed.
Yes.
Like we made no impact on God.
Yeah.
We can be as upset as possible. We can throw a huge tantrum. We can
Yeah.
destroy things.
Yes.
But God is so infinite and big and unconditional. It just absorbs it.
Yes.
So what I realize is we have no other choice but to go the other way, which is to be part of that,
That's
to
right.
be more accepting of whatever that's happening,
Yes.
because all the hateful way is get absorbed anyways. It's like you make no difference. So you may as well feel better yourself by
Right.
accepting the situation and be grateful you even have an experience,
Yes.
whether it's good or bad.
Yeah.
Then you can add to the part of God instead of being absorbed, which makes you kind of disappear, you
Hmm.
become part of it. So it's
Hmm.
like whatever God is, you are.
Hmm.
But then if you go the other way, which is going against God, you are powerless.
Yeah.
You're like smaller than ants. You're tiny.
Yeah.
Like your existence in that moment disappears in an instant. It's
Yes.
just like that powerful experience I had make me feel like we really have no other choice but
Right.
to surrender. Surrender to the highest order,
Hmm.
the divine order of what is. So we all have misfortune in our life and we all have sufferings. If
Hmm.
we cannot compete who has the worst life, right? Like
Right.
you can always find somebody who have it worse than
That's
you,
right. That's right.
right?
That's right.
So
Hmm.
therefore, I think to live from a place of love is to live from a place of accepting what it is and then move from there from a place of faith, trust, surrender, and also highest intention.
Yes.
Meaning
Yes.
like this is happening to me. I'm feel bad. It's okay. I know I'm gonna be fine.
Yeah.
And then move from a place like, okay, what can I do immediately to change my situation?
Yes.
Right? Like instead of complaining, blaming,
Yes.
and do nothing about it, and it's just being a big victim. I feel like when you are operating from a place of victim, that's a place that you are experiencing that is the absent of love. Like you are
Yes, it is.
not
Yes.
having accessibility to love
Hmm.
because you are being controlled and
Hmm.
wrapped in fear. So back to the psychedelic story. You know, at some point when you're tripping, you just be like, "Ugh, I'm actually over it. I want to come back to the reality." So there was a point that I was in that like basically when I close my eyes, I see
Hmm.
like kaleidoscope of beauty, like forever changing geometric, like beautiful shapes and colors, and I
Oh,
can just be there forever. But some point, I'm just like, okay, I'm over it. Like,
huh?
I want to come back to real life. And then the trip's not over. The effect is still happening. So then basically at some point I realized, oh my God, God is in control. I have to let go. And then in that moment, the beauty expands even more. I get like even more surprising visuals. But
Mm.
the minute I'm just like, oh my God, I don't want to do this anymore. When is this gonna be ending? And I start to seeing like dark, smoky, ugly figures instantly. Like instantly my visual changes. And I just feel like hot. Like I feel like I'm hot as if I'm in like surrounded by coal. And then I'm just like, ew, this sucks. Oh, I don't want this. I don't want this. Get me out of here. And the more I have that anxiety, the more I have that
Yes.
fear, the worse I feel.
Wow.
And then I had no other choice but be just like, you know what? I'm gonna let go. I'll be fine. I'm not gonna die. God is in control. And then instantly again, beautiful flower,
Mm,
pink and shiny rainbows. Like
wow.
it's just literally I'm experienced the shift of the visual in an
Yes.
instant. So
Yes.
that just really taught me like, oh, God is in control.
Yeah.
I really need to let go.
Yes.
And whenever this trip ends, it ends. It ends when it ends.
Uh-huh.
I can't make it end now because it's not gonna end now. The more I
Right.
force something that's not gonna happen, the
Right.
more I'm just going against myself and hurting
Yes.
myself.
And
Why
the
would
more
I do
negative
that?
the experience is.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So essentially, that's what I realized what love is that radical acceptance. It's like
Radical
it's
accept-
already happened. There's nothing you can do about it. You can't change the past. If you just say this shouldn't have happened, then you just are fighting with yourself because it's happened.
Yeah.
Because it happened,
Yeah.
right? So the only thing to make it better from this moment on, that you are not suffering more, you already suffered. And to say you shouldn't have suffered, you should have done that, then you are literally prolonging your suffer. So to stop that, come to love is to be like, all right, now that this happened, I fully accept it. What do I do next?
Yeah.
But acceptance is really, I think, is the first step to even have that accessibility to love.
Mhm.
Whenever,
Mhm.
like, I think I'm not really talking from a place of like there's not really a clear subject I'm trying to point out at, but what I'm saying is like many of us, when we operate our day-to-day life, we operate from a place that is inaccessible to love because
Mhm.
we reject reality. We
Mhm.
reject what's happened. We
Mhm.
reject what is happening now, right?
Mhm.
So that is you denying love because whatever is happening, whatever it is, it's already happened, it's already existing, then that means God has allowed it. And
Yeah.
if you argue with that, you argue with God. You can choose to argue with God, but guess what? You lose every time
Yes. Yes.
because that's how powerless we are in front of that unconditional love.
Yes. 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 Yes.
Yeah.
You are seeing the magic of Sixu Chen. You are seeing her coach each one of you as she coaches the leaders that she's working with. I mean, she embodies love in such a beautiful and powerful and expansive way. So we're recording this during the holiday season of 2025, and I already know my word of the year for 2026 is abiding. And for me, it is abiding in the power of love, being grounded and rooted in love. It's abiding in the wisdom of debt-free degree, understanding that I want to help folks graduate without student loan debt, love themselves enough. And when you're talking about fighting against like whatever's going on in our personal life and we don't like it, and so we're kind of fighting against it. So much of what God has asked me to do is countercultural,
Mm.
because debt-free degree is countercultural, leading with love is
Mm-hmm.
countercultural, kingy and nonviolence is countercultural, a
Mm-hmm.
love-centered way of thinking. And so it's this idea that we're all surrounded by these noises, and sometimes the loudest noise is the one that gets the attention, but
Yeah.
it's the one that also gets you the most furthest off track.
Yeah. Absolutely. I totally agree. And I feel like, I mean, thank you for the praise about me embodying love. I'm not
You.
there yet. I want to be humble about it. Sometimes I fall out of love, especially in the moment of stress or being triggered. I mean, I'm having my personal issues that I struggle with. And then sometimes I also operate from fear. But then later on, I realized that I was operating from fear. But in the moment, it's really hard to see.
Mhm.
And that's something I'm personally really working on is to, when I catch myself that I'm operating from fear, take myself out of it
Yes.
as soon as possible.
Yes.
I forgave myself to be operating from fear because, like I
Yes.
said, I'm not perfect. It happens, especially like for like a male figure in my life that get upset with me. So in my case, my partner is male, but they are identified as non-binary, but they still appear as a male figure. So when they are upset with me, I turn into this 5 years old girl as if that my dad is gonna punish me,
Yeah.
right? So then I operate from a place of fear. I don't hear what they're really saying.
Yes.
I'm as what they put, I'm fighting with a smoke screen ghost.
Yes.
Like I'm just
Yes.
being
Yes.
protective and then being almost like defensive and also sometimes even aggressive because I feel like I need to fight for my safety. But
Yes.
that's all illusion. So
Yes.
the minute I realize, wait a minute, they're just trying to talk to you.
Right.
Like nothing's really happening. Like
Right.
they are right over there. You are over
Right.
here.
Right.
Like if you don't like what they're saying, you can leave. Like you're not
Yes.
obligated.
Yes.
Like then I realized that's the moment when I have the realization of what the reality really is happening instead of the one in my head. Then I feel like I'm back to love again.
Yes.
Because
Yes.
when I was in fear, it's like it's almost like love and fear, the two sides of the coin, right?
Mhm.
So
Mhm.
if you're on one side of the coin, you're not on the other side.
Right.
But it is
Right.
the same coin. So
Right.
all I need to do is flip the coin and go back to love, which
Yeah.
things are getting
Yeah.
better from there.
Yeah. And like when I'm talking about leading with love, love stands for, and I didn't come up with this, so but love stands for letting others voluntarily evolve and letting
Hmm,
ourselves
I like
voluntarily
that.
evolve. So that's what you're doing, Sishu, is yes, you are perhaps operating from 5-year-old Sishu, but then you have the recognition that that's where you are. And then when you know better, you do better. And so then those opportunities come about less. And my dear friend Betsy Clark always talks about reticular activation system. So what we look for, we find. And then as we find more of that, then we look for more of that, and it replaces our neural pathways. So the more opportunities you give yourself to have interactions with your partner that are rooted in love, that aren't coming from 5-year-old Sishu's fears, but they're coming from today's Sishu rooted in love. And you give yourself that permission to voluntarily evolve, because so many of us are not giving ourselves that permission. We're not, we're stuck there, and then we tell ourselves we're stuck there, so we stay stuck there longer versus,
Right.
oh wait, that's where I was. Thank you, little 5-year-old Sishu, for protecting my friend today. I appreciate you. And then also moving forward, I do also want to touch a little bit on, because I know you've got your QR code and I want people to be able to get in touch with you, but I also know that one way that you lead with love is in restaurant design. So can you
Yeah.
talk a little bit about how that's also infused with love, and what you do in terms of that?
Sure. Let me bring that up. So this logo right here on the is my hand pointing it? No,
The B,
the B.
right here.
Oh, there it is. I'm pointing
Yes.
it. It's just so hard to control my hand. So that is my best friend's firm called Beth Bloom Designs. The website is just BETH BethBloomDesigns.com. We really are trying to turn restaurant space to a place of magic and wonder where
Yes.
people go there and they for like for a moment lose themselves in a place that is different than their
Yeah.
the day-to-day life. And so
Yeah.
that's where magic happens. That's where you can really form foster deeper connections
Yeah.
and memories. So that's why our slogan is called Our Magic is Your Success.
Oh,
Because we really want to bring the magic to people who experience the space and also to the restaurant owners so they can attract the people to come back
I
and
love it.
experience their space. So
I
yes,
love it.
restaurant design, interior design is one of my passion and also my profession. I graduated from, California College of Art with interior design degree and then
Oh,
been doing interior design since 2011. So it's been
oh,
14 years. And now I focus solely on food and beverage with my dear friend Beth Bloom. And we have 4 restaurants opened in the past year,
Wow.
two Palm Tree Club, two steakhouse, and then two Chinese restaurant.
Okay.
So actually the one steakhouse, one Chinese restaurant is already opened. The other one, they are on its way to be opened. So
Excellent. Excellent. Excellent.
yeah,
Excellent. Well,
yeah.
I could literally listen to you for hours and hours and hours. You are so amazing,
Thank
and
you.
every single time I'm with you, there's a love there. There's a synergy there. There's a delightfulness there, and I love being in your presence when we're at NRG and you pop up on the screen, and I just I've watched you give there. I mean, that was my first introduction to you, and as I mentioned at the top, that even in networking, you were so loving, you were so giving, and you understand the power of love because it comes back to you a thousandfold, and it keeps coming back to you and keeps coming back to you. So, um, any last parting words or anything else that you'd like to say before we close?
Yeah, I mean, there's two things. First thing, I think when people ask me why I do what I do, a lot of times it's just a simple 5 years old answer. And I think I had that since I was that young. It's like I want everybody to be happy,
Yeah,
not just me. I want everybody to be happy. That's why I want to share the things that I like,
yeah,
that I assume other people may like too.
yeah.
That's why I gave resources, because if you also know this resource, life could also be easier for
That's
you.
right. That's right.
So like that's why I'm totally with you, Dr. Love, is to
Yeah,
make 8 billion people love 8 billion people. It's like if everybody are happy and have nothing to complain about, they
yeah.
are already automatically loved,
That's
right?
right. That's
And then the
right.
second point I really want to make is like I mentioned the radical acceptance, but
Hmm.
then the second thing I think we all heard of is the radical forgiveness, which is not just forgiving others, but
Yes.
most importantly, forgive yourself.
Yes.
Because I feel like I struggle with that a lot. Sometimes I'm very hard with myself,
Yeah.
and then I blame myself that I should have known better, should have done better. But
Yeah.
you know what? If I had known better, I probably would have done better. So
Yes.
I did not know better. Now I
Right.
know better.
Right.
So I forgave myself for not knowing better at the
Right.
time, and it's okay.
Right.
And only I think um, from a place of acceptance
Yeah.
and forgiveness,
Hmm.
we can not only have accessibility to love, but be able to embody and embrace and just have love be a way of living.
Yes, yes. Well, it's stated another way, love stands for letting ourselves voluntarily evolve. That's what you're
Hmm.
talking about, is giving yourself that permission, being kind to see
Yeah,
you when you have not yet evolved to the place that you want to be.
yeah.
Because I'm
I'm
I'm 55 years old. 60-year-old Elizabeth, 65-year-old Elizabeth is going to be very different than 55-year-old Elizabeth,
Yeah,
right?
absolutely.
Yeah.
And also I'm curious, if you move your head, I want to see what's written there. Ah,
Love
8 billion
revolution, 8
people
billion people
loving 8
loving
billion
8 billion
people.
people. Yeah.
I
Yeah.
love
And
that.
if you look at my logo, love is backward in the word revolution, REVOL. That's why it's written that way. And
I
so,
love
so yeah,
that.
we're revolutionary. It's based on a quote by Martin Luther King that says a social movement that moves merely people is a revolt, but a social movement that transforms both people and institutions is a revolution.
I
You,
love that.
Sishu, are revolutionary. You're revolutionary in your coaching, you're
Thank you.
revolutionary in your interior design, and you're revolutionary in the work that you're doing at the Great Discovery. You're
Thank
revolutionary
you.
in your relationship with your partner. In all those phases, Sishu, you are showing up as revolutionary because you're transforming spaces and places, and I appreciate you so very much.
Thank you. And these three things really keeps me feel fulfilled and complete. I was only involving with the top two, my interior
Yeah.
design and my coaching. But then because of NRG, I came across the great discovery.
Yes.
And now I feel like my plates are full and
Yes.
I'm happy. Like
Yes.
any new adventures, I just right now don't have energy or even time to tap
That's
into
right.
because I want to be fully engaged with these three things I'm involved and be really good at them
Yeah.
and do my best for them. So
Yes. Amazing. Amazing. Love Revolution, beloved. Y'all go check out all that Sixu is offering. Thank you for tuning in to Love Revolution. Thank you for being a part of Love Revolution and for really joining our mission of 8 billion people loving 8 billion people, one heart at a time. Thanks, beloveds. Bye bye.